Here's one from Bryant. He says, "We know Jeff has never had this problem, but when a crowd is just dead and not into your match, what are some tricks as a heel or as a babyface you can do to get the crowd back into it?"
Oh, I can't give away my tricks.
All
Uh,
right.
no, I'm gonna. I think a lot of times the advice Toby Keith gave me went such a long way. Know your audience and earn them one at a time. I think that can be very applicable. Whether there's no matter what, you have to create engagement. Well, if you're just kind of buckshotting it or scattershotting across the crowd, it's hard to have any one-on-one. You can find somebody in the crowd without question that either is going to get behind you or they're going to not like you. Create that sense of, you know, engagement, and it's contagious as hell. I mean, I can't tell you how many times in 2010 or 11 or 12 when me and Karen first started working together, she would go, "Stop, stop," under her breath. It rings that stop, like, "Stop, that's enough, that's enough." Or, "You okay, Jeff? You all right? You all right? You all right?" Because there would be real tension between me and whoever, and she could feel it, the crowd could feel it, but that's what it's all about.
Eric Lewis wants to know, did Jeff see the Maharaja make his first appearance after his 90 days was complete, taking a page out of the last Outlaws playbook? Of course, he's talking about the former Jinder Mahal, who made his GCW debut over the weekend. I'm a big fan of Jinder. I really appreciated his stuff in WWE, but just like him as a human being too, we have watches and some other things in common. And he's a cool guy. I'm a fan. I'm pulling for his success. Did you see him debut for GCW, and what'd you think?
Put a smile on my face, as we both are. I think he has untapped talent that he is about to show the world. It's going to be, again, he's not afraid to roll up his sleeves. I mean, you can just look at his physical body and tell that he's not afraid of work. And so I think he's on his way. It created the right buzz. I saw clips of it all over the place. Put a smile on my face. Took me back to New Year's Day, 2022, when, Connie, some folks were surprised that the last Outlaw showed up in Atlantic City. And so, although people knew Jinder's 90-day was getting close to being up, I just don't think they called it, and that's a good thing. And so, I thought it was cool to see him appear.
CCP Podcasting says, what does Jeff want his legacy to be when he rides off into the sunset?
That's maybe too big a question. My legacy? I mean, at the end of the day, and well, maybe people don't. I think I think that maybe simplistic terms, people know that I have a passion for my family and the business, and I give it everything I possibly. Very flawed, make so many mistakes, but never do I do anything without passion and really, really wanting what's best. Absolutely wanting what's best. I can say in my worst days of being in management, it's not like I was doing decisions that, oh man, no, I've always done my best for what's best. It was just ingrained in me from my grandmother, my dad, Lawler, Vince McMahon, every boss that just crafted in it. Look, if it's best for the promotion, it works for everybody. And so I've really tried to base my decisions on that. And that's what I hope, that I've tried to give everything I can to making whatever I'm a part of, not just wrestling, in all things, the most successful.
Here's one from James. He wants to know, any fun or interesting Eddie Gilbert stories? Jeff and Eddie had a bloody brawl on WMC. I heard this was on the day of Tojo Yamamoto's funeral. Can you tell us about this day?
I don't believe it was on the day of Tojo's funeral. I think for what I remember, Tojo's funeral was during the weekday because of I may be off, but I think it was a weekday funeral. I really do. Eddie Gilbert taught me. We had a spot show run here, and we did 30-minute Broadways. And then I was a babyface. I asked for five more minutes, and I would beat him at the 34-minute and 50-second, whatever it is. We almost went 5 and all that. So I had a lot of fun with Eddie. I mean, probably too much fun at times. The one thing that Eddie could go from 0 to 10 at, that I'm a, gosh, what was that? 89, 90, 91, whatever it may be. Eddie, I mean, in the dressing room, in a car, in a promo, backstage, he could create and go from 0 to 10 on intensity. And he was like, Jeff, you when you fire on me as a babyface, you got to get really mad really quick. Like I've the proverbial straw broke the camel's back. He kind of he taught me how to shift gears quickly, and I think that's important as a talent. But yeah, Eddie is what a character Eddie was. Funny. The Gilberts, his father, Eddie's father, and my grandfather, Tommy Gilbert and Eddie Mahler, were tag team partners for years and years and years. So the Gilberts and the Jarretts have known each other forever. You know, a guy like Eddie, there will be times through my career that I would think kind of about him and miss him. Like, damn, man, he truly did leave us too soon. But while he was here, he was super entertaining.
We got a few more, and then we'll put a button on this one. Darren Harrison wants to know if Jeff could sit down with a 24-year-old Double J, what are the lessons he would try to teach him? What would the last outlaw try to impart on a 24-year-old Double J?
Not just learn to listen to people better. If you listen, if you ask enough questions and then shut your mouth and listen, people will tell you what they're thinking. It took me a long time to really understand that. That may be some
You've
cornbread.
mastered the pause. I would agree with that.
Now, why do you say that?
Because I've just seen you do it.
Okay.
You'll just look like you're in thought and you'll be quiet. And then people will feel the need to feel the silence. You don't feel that pressure. You don't succumb to that pressure. And then they start talking and it creates opportunities. I've seen you do it.
Okay. It took me a long time, long time to learn that.
You were emotional before and would knee jerk.
Feel the need to talk.
Just feel the space.
Yeah, to feel the air. You know, in your 20s, you want to make sure, 30s even, or maybe 40s. You know, hey, I know what I'm doing. I've this, or the confidence and all this kind of stuff. That there is. Yeah, I think the most simplistic term is silence is truly an action. Being silent takes thought. Just shut up and listen.